Princess Diana was absolutely the worst thing to happen to the British monarch. In history, just the worst thing to happen. I firmly believe that she is in fact where she deserves to be. I know that sounds incredibly harsh, so I want to go ahead and put out this trigger warning. I may say some things that are offensive, but listen, I'm stoned. I'm at my most authentic and genuine self. I don't really have time to stop and think too much, because I really just want to go ahead and say it and put an end to it, because it's just been on my head, right? I think it was really sad that Princess Diana thought that she could add something of value to the British monarch, when it's clear that she couldn't and she didn't. That's incredibly sad. It's so sad, because you're just kind of like, poor thing. You know what I mean? The fact that she attempted to infiltrate such a family, they're clearly in two different classes. I'm gonna go ahead and describe the royal family as basically a pack of hyenas. Okay, this is in my stoned brain, right? I'm just trying to reduce it to the most common denominator. I'm just trying to reduce it to the lowest fraction. Okay. And I know that and so basically the rule was, in order for these hyenas to maintain power, they had to wed the lead hyena or the high hyena to a lioness. Like it was some kind of weird pact, and this poor lioness is sacrificed into this family of hyenas. And sadly, she is expected to bear children, which she does. She gives birth to 2 lion cubs. And it's just so effing sad that it's so sad that there has to be a Scar and a Mufasa. Like, why can't there just be either 2 Scars or 2 Mufasas and it would just be all good? But there's always a Scar and a Mufasa, and it's just really, really sad that Mufasa, that this lioness set out to instill these core values, and that was the first mistake, to make them nothing like the family into which she was sacrificed. And it makes you look at the UK like it's a jungle, right? And you realize there are more hyenas. It's so sad that Scar, that he's sticking to, the ways of the hyenas. That's so sad. And you're just kind of like, well, in the jungle there are plenty of, gazelle and plenty of other what do they call them, herbivores. But there's when you put what the F, right? Like, what can a group of gazelle do against a group of hyena, right? It's just, you know what I mean? And it's so sad, because Mufasa has basically fallen. He's basically fallen, and the jungle has left him for dead. That is so sad. That is so sad. And then they have the nerve to be infuriated with Mufasa. How dare you, Mufasa? Who do you think you are to have these morals? Who do you think you are to follow a certain set of ethics that we clearly do not follow? Clearly, the head hyena wanted to marry another hyena. But they said, no, if we want to keep this power, you can't marry the hyena. No, you can't. So now the head hyena is, of course, with the hyena he wanted to be with in the beginning. But you know what I mean? Like, that's so sad. Oh, that's so sad. And it's just like it's just so weird that people think that. Anyway, and it's like, poor Mufasa. Like, why would you even want to be a part? And so basically what I'm saying is, people fail to understand that these people that are demanding that Prince, and it's so funny, it's so ironic to hear a bunch of narcissists scream that someone else is a narcissist. These people are basically saying, we don't care how you feel, Prince Harry. We don't care that you're in love. We don't care. Ditch her and get back to serving us. Ditch her and get back to serving. Yeah, we're responsible for the death of your mother. Okay, but get over it. That's what they're saying. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. That's gross. And what makes this all so funny is that it's totally unnecessary. It's totally unnecessary because they were not even in line to be king and queen. You know, so what it's just so sad, but it shows, right, that like I'm just kind of like, wow, I gave the UK like a lot of credit. Like I'm embarrassed. But I see it for what it is now. And just like they don't care, you know, that the Americas are looking at them like, ew, you guys are disgusting. Like, you guys are gross. And it's so, and of course, we're not including the gazelle, the other herbivores, or omnivores, or whatever the fuck. Like, we're not including them. But it's so, you know, that's just sad. And people have to, and you know, they don't have to understand. But it's so funny because Prince Harry clearly doesn't care. Like, he clearly doesn't care about the monarchy. Like, he doesn't, that's not what he wants to do. The UK is responsible for the death of his mother. And you think that he wants to serve you, the same group of people that unalived his mother? You think he wants to serve you? He doesn't care anything about you. And he's already, like, I don't know how much louder he can scream that. And everybody's just trying to, like, guilt trip him. How do you guys think that works? We're just going to be so nasty that he wants to come back. No. And people are like, he looks miserable. It's a whole different environment for him. Do you really think that they're out here and they don't have any support? Are you kidding? They're kicking it with like the Obamas. They're kicking it with Beyonce and Jay-Z. They're kicking it with Serena and Ohanian. Like, really? Do you you guys sound so silly. He looks miserable. She's making him miserable. This relationship was never meant to be. Well, guess who feels differently? The creator. And do you know how I know that the creator himself ordained this relationship? Because that biracial woman gave birth to 2 healthy, red-headed children. What are the effing odds of that? This is the creator's show. This is the creator's show. And it's just like, it's just funny. It's just like, like, you guys know that they have the love of the United States, of the Americas. We have their back in full. Now, there are a lot of comments online where people are like, oh, like, what about all the stories that came out about her in the palace and how she was nasty and mean to the people in the palace? I know exactly what happened in the palace. This is what happened. They didn't take her seriously. They said, what? Is this biracial girl trying to give her orders? And she got so fed up with saying it nicely, like, excuse me, can you please? That she finally said, you know what? No, this I'm sleeping with Prince Harry. This is my husband. You will respect me and you will do what I say as Her Royal Highness. You will respect it. If you don't respect it, you'll fear it. But you're going to come up off something. And they didn't like that. So, of course, they spun it. Just like they spun the story of her wedding day and how she made Middleton, who's so basic, it's so funny, who made Middleton cry when it was, in fact, the other way around. Oh, the UK's gross, and Princess Diana is right where she should be. It sucks that she's not here to defend Meghan Markle. Like, and it, like, it sucks. But life is not ever supposed to be easy. And I do believe that angels get caught up in different realms, you know, and I don't believe that Princess Diana was meant to be on this earth. She was simply a fallen angel and got caught up in a terrible situation. That sucks. that absolutely sucks. And I stand on the fact that she is where she belongs. She was too good for this earth. She's too good for this earth to dedicate all your time to a population that are so obviously and clearly hated. I mean, wow, you're meant for a totally different time. And she's right where she belongs with all the other angels. And on that, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm out.